What a lovely evening in downtown Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. I am CJ Miller, and I'm about to tell you about some interesting pork chops that I'm making. Very simple. Well, it's hardly a recipe at all, really. I've got four to five pork chops that I have put in all-purpose flour, nothing else. And I just kind of turn them over. The pork chops were thawed, and then I put them into the flour and I let them rust to give the flour a chance to cling to the meat by the natural moisture. You want to, anytime you're doing a flour breading like that, give it a while. Don't let it sit out for too long that it becomes like bad. But you want to watch that. But yeah, you can even let it rest in the refrigerator covered if you need to. But probably for this, probably half an hour to 45 minutes if the pork chop is cold. And then that's really, you don't want to go much longer than that. You really want to be careful of bacteria. Okay, and then what you do is we just do this on each side. Put it in. I think probably about one song on the radio per side for these chops, because they're moderately thin. They're not those thin breakfast chops, but the thicker they are, you want to give them more time. These are probably a good half an inch or 3/4 of an inch chop. I don't know. You tell me. You be the judge. That's how thick they are. As thick as a fingernail. One of mine. Okay. Bring them over here, and it's when they're at the plate that I will sprinkle on, and this is garlic powder, black pepper, and whatever it is you want to mix in with yours. That good garlic, and you want to do the garlic, you put on for this the last thing you do. If you sometimes with garlic, if you put it in while you're doing the cooking, then what happens is it becomes roasted and takes on kind of a bittery flavor. But if you want more of a traditional garlic flavor, then you'll sprinkle on your garlic and you'll let it absorb into it like this, and it'll help you stretch your seasonings too. You can put anything in there. I've got another little ingredient in there that gives it a little zip that I don't tell people about. It's my secret. I talk about it when it's appropriate. This one, no. I can't have everybody making my flavored pork chops, but you can pretty much do anything. Look it up, find out. You'll find stuff. If you're savvy, you'll look in here and you'll see what the seasoning is. But you can just anything. And a nice powdered herb will be great for something like this. And that's it. That is so simple, right? Take the pork chop, rest it in the flour until the flour clings, fry it in the pan on either side, take it out and drain it onto a plate, and while it's draining, before you serve it, sprinkle it with your sprinkle on seasoning. And there's no salt in here. No salt, no MSG, no sodium. So look at this. As I take it out to rest and drain on this plate, that's when I just grab a little pinch, a little bit on each side. Just kind of lift it up and sprinkle a little bit on either side. On each side, actually, not either. On both sides. And you're going to get a good mouthful of flavor with your pork chop. So simple. Your family will love it. And it's easy for you. There you go. Very, very simple pork chops from the impetuous chef. Love and light. God bless. Ciao Bella. Oh, by the way, P.S. Postscript, whatever this is, what you would call it, a footnote. What you will know when your pork chop is ready to be turned, because you're going to put it in this hot oil on the pan, and it's going to basically, when it's ready, it will have formed a solid crust, and you will be able to pick it up and flip it without the crust sticking to the bottom, because it will have bonded to the pork chop and will have released from the bottom. If you try to flip it too soon, all your flour is going to cling to the bottom. So don't be afraid to let it simmer there. When I say a nice song on the radio, you can interpret that as a good 4 to 5 minutes on each side, depending upon how hot your oil gets. But you do want to preheat that oil and make sure it's hot before the first pork chop goes in. Okay, there you go. That's it. Good night.